Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is a special time for us. We're so excited to have an exceptional leader speak to us tonight on going diamond and beyond. This is the Eagle team of Unlimited Profits, and there's a number of you that are not actually with us tonight live. That we know you're watching the YouTube video or you're watching later. We really appreciate you being on here. The gentleman that's going to speak to us tonight is very well documented. In fact, if you were to do a search for him on YouTube, you would be able to watch for the next 2 or 3 weeks and not run out of videos to watch. He's been training people for years and years. He's very accomplished. He's hit position after position, gotten his dream car a couple of times now, and loves helping people. He's helped me a great deal, and I admire him so much. Please, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Mr. Robert Hollis, Jr. Robert?
Awesome. Well, Bob, thank you so much for that incredible introduction there. I know you were saying a lot of great things and nice things about me as far as accolades before we got started, and very humbling to hear people talk about me like that. I still really just look at myself as a below average person that just continues to try to do above average things every single day. And, really, I'm the first, I guess, really message, because I know Bob talked very highly of me, as I, honestly feel that, I'm nothing special. I know that, if I can do this, you guys can do this. And, there's really no difference between me and each and every one of you on here, other than really 2 things is, one is just making the decision and committing to changing. Everybody's heard the term that in order for things to change, you have to change. And really the second is just time. I really believe in this profession. It doesn't matter if it's internet marketing, home-based businesses, network marketing, whatever you want to call it. I just believe there's so many people out there that just look at this as like a lottery ticket. We were talking before how you said Philip understands how much time it takes to put into something, and even to think of even the success stories that we have, of people that are making $1,200 or $2,400 or $3,000 in 30, 60, 90 days. That's incredible. Think about what you would have to do to make a residual income, or even just any kind of income, of $3,000 a month. You're looking at spending 4 years in college and, tens of thousands of dollars to get there. So, excuse me. So I just believe we have this amazing platform to really just help people. And, I was talking to Bob. I've been talking with him a lot. And first off, I just want to also give, huge accolades to this man. He's been in the profession for quite a while. He did the route that we all thought we were supposed to do. I don't know how many people know his full story, but, did everything, went to school, got the education, got an incredible job, and was let go to find out that so-called thing of job security, isn't really there. And, to think that, this man in front of you has been an entrepreneur and providing for him and himself and his family above average income for longer than I have. I know this guy is an amazing student, underneath my father, and an incredible leader. And, it just goes to show how fast the Eagle team is growing right now. I knew, and I was praying for it. I know Bob has done a lot of things in his career. And, when we really decided to launch Unlimited Profits, I knew when he finally made the decision that this guy would go straight to the top and bring a lot of people with him. There's, one thing that I know about Bob is that, he generally cares about his team and cares about other people more than he cares about himself. I think that, that even's been one of the coaching things that I know he's gone through with my father is, listen, you're spending so much time with people, you're mentoring and trying to help them. And, the term, I don't know how many people have heard, but, it's easy, if I was in the room with Bob right now, to walk over to him and grab him and pull him off his chair. But if the light behind him needed to be changed, how hard would it be for me to lift him up and put him on my shoulders for him to be able to change the light bulb? And he's the kind of person that just loves lifting people up, and to see how fast this group is growing right now, that's really, when we were talking, why I wanted to do this, is because now that, you know, he's made a decision, and I know people like Gloria and George and Paul and, you know, Philip and everybody else that's really taking this serious, is I really want to get to know all you guys. I really want to be able to have a one-on-one, you know, connection with you guys. And, you know, there's a direct correlation that, you know, the people that stay plugged in, the people that ask for help, are the ones that are succeeding very, very fast. You know, I'm here to find people that are committed, find people that are leaders, and do everything in my power to help you. And I can't help you unless you ask for help. See, it blows me away how fast this team are growing. I know there's, you know, a few people on here that we've talked back and forth, done hangouts together, but, you know, as far as somebody being a double diamond and never spending, you know, one-on-one time together on a hangout, yeah, you know who I'm talking about, okay? I'm here to reach out to you. And, you know, there's one thing that my father really instilled in me early, and you know, I always use the story when I'm doing an overview, if you guys ever saw me, is that, you know, the book Think and Grow Rich says that, you know, A, you don't have to be smart to become successful, and B, you got to leverage the efforts of other people. And I mastered the art when I first started in this profession, and Bob can attest to this, is being the dummy. I was never the expert. I always was just really, really good at putting, you know, somebody in front of an expert, telling stories, edifying other people, and letting them do the hard work for me. And, you know, I don't know how many people have heard this story, but, you know, the first time that I really had success in, you know, the home-based business profession, you know, in the other company, of course, we all know that to hit diamond in other companies or to make a full-time income, you know, takes massive amounts of people. You know, me and Bob were laughing the other day because I have a personal sponsor of mine, and she's been in for 60 days now, and she goes, you know, I'm just kind of discouraged because, you know, I'm only making, you know, $340 a month right now residual. And I started laughing, and I go, well, how many people are in your group? Well, she goes, or 350, sorry. She goes, well, I got 7 people in my group. And I said, do you realize in the last company that I was with that I've made millions of dollars that you would need 70 people in your group? Not 7, 70. So to think that in this last company, you know, I was making $3,000 a week. And, you know, I would put people in front of my father. He would do the training or the presentation, and then we would break and do a training. And then people all the time would be going, you know, listen, I'm really excited. I want to get going, but I got questions. And I'd be like, okay, well, listen, you know, the product seems really great, but why, you know, how does it work? I don't know. I'm a high school dropout. I'm not a scientist or a doctor. All I know is it makes me feel good, and I can introduce you to a lot of people that have stories that the product is good. But if you really want to know why it works and how it works, you got to talk to, you know, Mike. He's the product specialist. Okay, so we really want to make money fast. So can we put together a game plan, and you can show us how to make money in the comp plan fast? I don't know. I'm a high school dropout. All I know is that, you know, I got a lot of people in my group that are making money, and the more people I put in front of my father, the bigger my checks get. And people would look at me and go, so wait a second, how much you making? $3,000 a week. You want to see my check? And you can't explain to us how the product works or how you make money? No, but I are going to be a millionaire. And people would look at me and go, I'm in. Why? Because if this guy can do it, I can do it. So, you know, I even for the longest time, and Bob knows this, I had like massive anxiety. I wasn't the social butterfly. I didn't like getting on, you know, meetings or doing hangouts like this. You know, you look at me 6, 7 years ago to do a hangout like this, I would have been puking with anxiety. I just got really good at putting people in front of other people. Now, why am I saying this? I still believe that I'm a below average person. I don't consider myself a good salesperson or a closer or convincer, but I'm very, very passionate about what we're doing with Unlimited Profits. I know that we're going to be able to change the lives of hundreds of thousands and soon to be millions of people with what we're doing with this system. And why I wanted to reach out to this, and very simply, and I can go into more training later, is just to let you guys know that I'm here. I'll do my best. I know I'm not perfect, but I know that the people that are reaching out to me the most and putting me on more Hangouts instead of trying to do everything themselves are having a lot more success. And not only that, but it's duplicatable. So the first part and biggest reason why I wanted to do this Hangout is to let you guys know that, if we haven't spent one-on-one time together, if we, if you haven't shared me with what your whys are and introducing me to people, then, hey, it's okay if you want to be a Lone Ranger and do it on your own, and I'm fine with that. But just know that I'm here to help you 110%. I can't help you unless you ask for help. So with that said, I can go into a lot of training right now, and inspire, motivate, or do whatever. But I just want to hear from you guys, because I know that a lot of people on the Eagle team, the group, all of a sudden is growing very fast. We're having new diamonds, new double diamonds pop up like crazy, and I just want to hear from you guys. Any questions that you have, anything that you think that I can help you out with, and more importantly, just get across the point that, please, everybody watching this, either live or recorded, send me a private message. Let's set up a time that we can do a Google Hangout. We can get to know each other a little bit. I think that one of the things that I hate the most in home-based business professions is people have this idea in their head that, oh my gosh, it's Robert Hollis Jr. He's busy. He's successful. Why does he, I don't want to waste his time. And if you believe that, you just got to get that out of your head. You work where you're deserved, not where you're needed. Obviously, this team and everybody is, deserved my time, but I just love giving. I love getting to know people. I love helping people. And, even if you don't want to ask a question live in front of everybody else, send me a message. My cell phone, I'll put it in the chat over here on the right-hand side, but it's 949-923-7389. So I'm here to help you. If people are having, huge success very fast, there's a reason for it. So with that said, I want to open it up for you guys to basically ask me any kind of questions, anything that you're not sure about, anything that you're running into right now that you don't understand, or just helping you get over, going to the next level. I know the concept of this show was to be how to get to diamond and above, and in my mind, the easiest way to get there, and I can share that at the end, but I want to make sure that I hear from you guys. So now the floor is your guys's, and every time I do this, it's funny, everybody doesn't speak up at the same time, but at the top, I know Bob muted some people, but at the top of your screen, I know Gloria, you said you didn't know how to do it on your phone. I think if you just hold the screen, there should be somewhere that there's a button on there. So with that said, I want to open it up to all you guys before I go on any further.
Robert, it's Susan here. Look, I had a couple of questions for you. I was working with a guy just before this Hangout started, and I've been doing the mentoring course in the back office with your father, and this man's got a goal of $4,000 per month as soon as possible, but I don't actually know how to work him through that. I mean, would it be a good idea perhaps for me to get on a hangout with you, and we can work him through that?
Yeah.
Okay. Another question. I've got 3 questions.
Yep.
Getting started information. Look, this is another thing this man said to me. And I just thought, well, yeah, it's so true. Look, there's not really a guide to get. I mean, you go through the videos, but I don't know what's happening when the hangouts are happening, and you know, I haven't been coming to any really because I haven't. But would we be able to get like a PDF document or something with the getting started form on it and telling us when the hangouts are and you know where to get to the hangouts?
Yeah, okay. So two parts. First off, well, let me answer the second one first because it'll be faster. One is if you don't stay plugged in, it's hard to stay lit up. So with that said, we've got everything that's posted. Not only do I post every day of every event that we have going on my wall on Facebook, but we also post it in the Unlimited Profits regular page and the group page. This is if you go right now to the Unlimited Profits page, and I'll share my screen really quickly, but this is actually pinned. So if you go there, this is a graphic. Can you guys see that? Yeah, no. This is a graphic that right now is pinned on the Unlimited Profits page, so you can see all the calls that we have going on through the day. Now, either when we post it that day, we'll post the link, but we also always forward those to roberthollis.tv. Mm-hmm. So if you're ever on the go or you're just trying to promote it quickly and without having to get the link and copy and paste it, you can just say to go to roberthollis.tv. Now, as far as a PDF of how to get started, I don't know if we'll ever do one of those.
Yeah. A question on that, though. Why couldn't that be sent out to all the members? I mean, people that are joined up in Leeds, if they saw that there was a hangout that they could come to, wouldn't that be beneficial for them? It might get them
did you sign up for the email list?
Yeah, but I don't get anything.
What kind of email do you have?
Gmail.
Gmail. You should be getting. Am I wrong in this, or are people getting emails about all the shows that we're doing?
No,
yeah. See.
Nothing.
Nodding heads. Maybe go back through and see if maybe you typed the email in wrong or something. But my brother works very hard as far as being able to send out an email to everybody, letting them know when the shows are going on all the time. Or, you know, copy and paste. You know, I can, you know, let me even double check. I might be wrong here. Let's see, Unlimited Profits 3.0. Yeah, so I'll share my screen again here real quick. So if, oops, I gotta cancel. Sorry. Yeah, are you a part of the Unlimited Profits group?
Me? Yeah, on Facebook.
Yeah, so if you go to Unlimited Profits, the group page, the first thing, and what we say is pinned, is because a lot of action will go down below, but this always stays at the top.
Right.
Yeah, so you can just copy that if you want.
Mm-hmm.
So does that kind of help you out with that?
Yeah. I didn't know it was there, and I mean I usually just look at the group stuff that comes through my news feed. I never go to the actual group page, or rarely.
Got it. Yeah.
So
everybody. Well, two biggest reasons to stay on the group page is, one is you can see everything that's going on through the whole company, what's going on for the events, and also see, you know, everybody's videos that are posted. The testimonial videos are posted there. You know, and I know this is it might be weird for some people, but email nowadays is like sending junk mail through the post office. It's a proven fact that people check their Facebook 80% more than they check their email.
Yeah.
So why we have these group pages is so everybody can stay connected and see everything that's going on. So like I said before, it's hard to stay lit up if you're not plugged in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so even if you just check it once a day just to see the new videos that people posted, or you know, the event that's going on that day.
Right.
Okay, and then a piggyback on your first question and why, you know, I was promoting so much why I want to work with you guys. And I don't know how many people have heard this, but there's 3 things that, you know, why it's so important that you get somebody like that on a hangout with me, is to edify somebody else. And there's 3 things people go through when looking at a business opportunity. One is, does it make sense? So. Yeah. Pretty easy, right? Would everybody agree what we're doing with Unlimited Profits makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
Duh. Yeah, easy, right? The second one, is it documented? Well, first off, my father's taught 45 people how to make $1 million. His training's not on trial. Second, if you just look at all the testimonials that we have right now of people that are making money fast and people that it's changing their lives. So that's another easy one. Does it make sense? Is it documented? Now, the third thing, and the biggest reason why people fail, I want you guys to listen to this, is, can I or do I want to do this? And I'll explain. So you get a brand new person. You did what you were supposed to do. You built a relationship with them. You edified the training. You got them to look at the system. Now they have questions. And you jump on and answer all their questions. You give them the training. You know, help them through the system. Now, what is somebody thinking? So in order to become successful, I got to find people. I got to get them in front of the information. That sounds easy. And then I got to help them answer their questions. Then I got to help them get started. Then I got to, listen, I'm not interested. See, they're not saying no to the training. They're not saying no to the company. They're saying, no, I don't want to do what you just did to me. Even second, I've messed up in the past. You know, I left. If anybody's heard my story, I left, went to Montana, you know, cut off everybody I knew, and then started making money. And I, you know, start meeting all my old friends, and I'm pulling up in new Mercedes and new BMWs. Oh my gosh, dude, what do you do for a living? Oh, glad you asked. Listen, you ever heard of this book called Think and Grow Rich? There's a philosophy of the 97 versus 3%. And there's 3 principles. You know, I do the presentation that's made my father $26 million and made me over $1 million. And you know what my friends say? Listen, dude, I'm happy for you, but this isn't for me. Why? Because they're going, I can't do what you just did. I got to remember facts. I got to be good at speaking. You know, going back to my story, what I said, I don't know, I'm just a high school dropout. So your job, as fast as you can, is to pique somebody's interest. Soon as they're interested in what we're doing, is immediately getting them on a Google Hangout with either me or Bob. Because now what are they thinking? Wow, so she reached out to me, asked me if I wanted to make extra money, asked me if I needed more time, whatever your peak of interest was, and I said yeah. So she showed me some videos. It was pretty awesome, but I had some questions. And then she just put me on a hangout with Bob or put me on the hangout with Robert. Susan, is this all you do to make money? I'm in. And I hope that clicked for you guys. See, because you gotta make it simple. You gotta make it duplicatable. The second that you said, I don't know how to get him to $3,000 a month, awesome. That's a great answer. But guess who knows how to get to $3,000 a month? Me. Bob. Let us do the work for you. So that was pretty much the point of why I did this. I know a lot of people are growing fast, but if you're not reaching out, I do this full-time wide open. You know, if you guys, you know, flood me with hangouts all day, every day, that's what I love doing. I love talking to new people every day. So just because they get them on a hangout with me because of a difficult question you don't understand, if this guy's interested, if this guy's watched the videos, he should have been on a hangout with me and Bob like yesterday. Does that make sense, Susan?
Yeah, it makes sense. There's another man in London, Robert, but I mean, he's not going to. It's very difficult because his morning his evening's my morning, and with his morning is my evening. And I mean, he's been through the videos, and I've talked to him a few times, and Bob's connected with him. But it is a bit tricky, as far even perhaps Bob Klein might get him to hang out with him. It's just because of the time differences. It does make it quite difficult in some ways.
Yes and no. We just got to work it out. I've been doing hangouts for all through London. You know, we've got a new pro and a guy that just almost went diamond. His name is William O'Toole. I've also got a very strong, thriving group in Australia. Also a strong, thriving group in Hawaii. A strong, thriving group in Ecuador and Mexico. I actually figured it out the other day, Susan, that if I really wanted to I could be doing hangouts like this 24/7. And so if we've made it work out with all those other countries, it's just all about communication. So being able to, you know, and if you don't know how to do it, me and Bob do, is doing like a group chat. You know how we sent out the link to everybody so everybody could see it? You know, let us know, and me and Bob and me, Bob, and you and whoever's in London, we can get in a group chat. And guess what? The greatest thing about this is you don't have to be there. Hey, listen, I'm open at this time. You guys, that's 2 in the morning for me. No problem. We got it for you. You just got to connect him with us now. And once again, is that simple? Wow. So she got me to watch videos. I'm excited. And then she introduced me to Bob and Robert, and she wasn't even on while she was sleeping. What kind of a cool story is that? I made money while I was sleeping. So, yeah, hopefully that kind of helped you out.
Awesome. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you so much. So,
and then just one more question. The free training products, one of my guys has joined as a basic member and not a pro member. Are they available to share and to listen to for the basic people?
Yep.
You know, the free products, they should be able to download and listen to that?
I don't know if there's a download, but there's a share button that you can share all those videos.
Yes, there was a share button, but he wants to listen to them before he shares them, and he didn't see that he could. I saw his back office, and there's no download button like there is in my back office.
That might be for particular videos. I think as far as a daily training, it should be the same for everybody.
No, but it's the free products. You know, the free products that we're allowed to give away. They only for the pro members.
Got it. Yes, and also, so you guys know, those aren't going to be available for the free members very, very much longer.
They are available for the free members?
They are now, but they won't be probably in like 3 weeks from now.
He's upgraded, and they're not available for him, so maybe that you need to work that out with him, because there's something going on in his back office, I think.
Have him set in a support ticket. It could be something as simple as his web browser, or even you know, just cookies or stuff in there. You know, anytime anybody has a problem with the back office, 99% of the time it can be solved with either A, using a different browser, you know, because there's so many people out there that got a computer 5 years ago and never updated it. So they're using, you know, like Microsoft Internet Explorer, you know, 1.0 version. So not only, you know, using Google Chrome, or B, a lot of times people just don't realize this, that the years and years of surfing the internet, you get a lot of cache and what they call as cache and cookies stored up on your computer. So all you got to do is go to history, delete, you know, browser history, cookies, and cache, and 99% of the time, any problem with the back office can be solved with those 2 things. If it doesn't, send in a support ticket, and they'll get back to them immediately. Yeah, any technical things, so you guys know as far as going forward, all I'm going to say is send in a support ticket. I'm not the technical guy whatsoever.
Thanks, Robert.
Thank you, Susan. I appreciate you. So, any other questions? Oh, I see Gloria talking there, but I don't know if you figured out how to unmute yourself. Can't hear you. And I apologize. I don't know. There you go.
Okay. What was your phone number again?
949
Uh-huh.
923
Okay.
7389.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you need to get a hold of me like right away or whatever, the fastest way sometimes is just to text me. And
Okay.
I also am a very good habit. Like right now, I knew I was doing this hangout with all you guys, so I don't know if you guys can see, but my phone is on airplane mode. You know, because it's not fair for you guys to spend time with you, and then my phone's ringing and I'm looking at texts and stuff. So, you know, I've had people sometimes go, listen, I really needed to get a hold of you. I texted you 3 times and called you. You didn't get back to me. Well, I made a commitment to spend time with you guys. So if I don't get back to you right away, just send a text and leave a voicemail, and I will get back to you at my earliest convenience. Also, I check my Facebook very, very, frequently, so you can send me a message there too.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you. And any other questions?
Just curious. I was just curious as to I had heard that the back office was updated so that you could see all the activity underneath instead of just your first level. How soon will that be done?
I can't tell you definitively. I can say that we actually talked to some of the other people with the company that we had 2 areas to go in. One was focus a lot of time on getting that active, which I know that's important to see your whole group downline. Or B is right now we're creating an app. Because in this day and age, just like you said you're on your phone, right?
Right.
And I'm sure you tried to log in the back office, and the back office doesn't work that good on your phone, right?
Right. Right.
So we decided right now all the efforts of all of our programmers right now is developing an app for tablets and phones that you'll be able to navigate and go through the whole back office using an application. So we decided that was more important for the growth moving forward, but I do know that having a downline report is important, and we'll get there as well. I can't tell you a timeline on it, but we're working on it.
Okay, great. Well,
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, no problem. And I say usually the best way to manage that, George, one second, is just like I'm doing right now. If you see people in your group and being able to reach out to them and just being in touch with them, I know, once you get to triple black diamond, it's pretty hard to keep tabs on everybody. But we know that's important. We're working on that. First is the app, and as soon as the app is launched, then we'll be going to your downline report. And positive news too is since we're working on the app, starting from fresh. We're also doing it all in Spanish as well. I've got an update, and I hate to say this because every time I say anything when it doesn't happen, actually I'm not going to say it. Let's just say the Spanish back office is going to be available very soon. We're like this close, and it'll be available when it's available. I'm not going to tell you any timelines for that because if I say 2 weeks from now, then in 2 weeks I'm going to get 50 messages saying, why is this back office not in Spanish? But we've got some huge people aboard that are all Spanish speaking that's pushing that along a lot faster than we thought.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I soon will be in.
I had a couple of questions.
Yep. What's
One is
going on, George?
you have an old app that I have loaded on my phone, and now you're saying that you're going to have a new one. Is that one going to be discontinued, or are you going to transfer the files?
Bob, I don't know if we ever had an app.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of great stuff there. There's
Bob,
all kinds of. There's a button for Robert Hollis Sr. and there's a button for Tom Salyers, I think it is, or somebody else.
I don't know if we've ever had an app, but Bob, I don't know this.
George may be one of the few people that has that app. So it was a beta, and I don't know that it ever got released to the entire company. George has a big technical background, so he was one of the ones to maybe help with the beta testing. But George, that's a good question. Okay.
Hey, you got.
We believe
I never
you.
had that.
And I love it, but because a lot of the times what I do is while I'm walking my dog or whatever, I listen to those old recordings, and there's a lot of good stuff there.
Well,
Yeah, I just want to know what strings you pulled to get that app. I don't got it.
I don't have it either.
Another point is there are some great videos, and all the training for the masters. Is there any way to get those transferred to a downloadable audio file so that you can listen to them when you're walking or in your car?
I know there's somebody else, I forget who's doing it, that started doing that all, and we've actually got, he's changing them all to an iTunes channel. But with that said, that's like a project, George, that, if you take, 200, I don't know, like 400 hours of training and converting those to MP3s and uploading them, besides cost, besides manpower and work, the time alone would take like months. So, once again, it's in one of those situations where do we focus our time on that or creating the app downline report? A lot of people, if you do have a technical background, is being able to load it on your phone or even being able to transfer it just on your computer and then putting it on your phone. I'm sure in the future, in a perfect situation, we can do all that. As of right now, I wouldn't even know how to answer that as far as timeline.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. One last one.
Okay.
The regarding the free books that you have now for free members, I think it's very generous, but I think it's a waste because we're not taking advantage of that. And I was thinking if we could send those out as a gift to someone to get them to close them or to get them to sign up, I think that would be much more powerful than giving them that whole collection of fantastic information for free. When we could actually use that, get to someone on the line and say, look, I'll send you this course if you're ready to sign up right now.
Yeah, rephrase it. I'm not really sure what you're saying. You're saying like the book Think and Grow Rich and Science of Getting Rich? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm talking about all the free training courses you have inside of your back office.
You like the Unstuck series is what you're saying?
Like the Unstuck series, there's like 15 different volumes, each one with 3 or 4 audios on it.
Yep.
And to me, that would be a great way to stimulate people to sign up.
Yeah, believe it or not, like I said, very soon those won't be available for free. Those are just going to be for pro members.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, so that would be one of the benefits of because really what we think right now is we're just such givers and we want to help people so much that really one of the biggest things holding people back from going pro is they log in the back office and there's just so much information that they get overwhelmed and they don't know what to do. So within creating the app, we're really stripping everything down and making it very, very simple and basic for people.
Okay. Great idea. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
George, I would suggest that you send in a support ticket, 2 separate ones as a suggestion, one for the app, because I think that's a really valid request to have the features on the current app, the beta app that really never got released, to the features that you like included. And the second request would be about the downloadable audios, because like Robert Jr. said, I know that they've worked on a few of those, but it would be helpful for those people maybe in developing countries where they don't have the internet to be able to watch videos.
Oh, I mean, just to give you an idea, I won't say what company, but another company that's doing training, they charge you $100 a month to be able to have access to an audio recording that they do once a week.
Okay.
You know, so if you add up all the recordings we have in just the pro part, that's the main one. If we can get the pros on audio, then people can listen to it, and that can, it takes a while to get some concepts and to get the mindset, and having them on audio is a great way to do that.
Absolutely, I totally agree. Bob, I don't know if you remember the guy's name, but he's actually going through and doing all that. I'm trying to look on here. I just opened up my iTunes, but I know he started a podcast. Bob, do you know how to find that?
No, I don't know how to find it, but
well, maybe you can just send this information when you find it.
Yeah.
Again, George, questions like this are excellent. I would just send in a support ticket on something like this too, because they'll give you the official answer, and there may be more than one answer. There may be several people doing it. So, but that's a great question.
Yeah, look, I wonder if I can even search in here. I just did a quick search in iTunes, and I just put in unlimited profits, and I don't know if you guys can see this, all the stuff that's showing up on here. And that's just the top 10. So Hollis method, story, all these things on here. So I just did a quick search, but yeah, we can get back to you as far as the technical stuff on that. And you're right, Bob. I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm not the best when it comes to technical stuff. I'm more just being able to share with people how to reach out to more. So cool, but great questions, George. Thank you so much.
Okay.
So any other questions? Nothing?
Petra? Philip?
No questions.
Okay, well, in closing, one of the things that I've really been sharing with people to really help them, and I don't know how many people have seen me do this. It was one of my first opportunities to do a pro show back when we first started. So I know we've got a lot of new people, and really when I share this with people, I feel like it really helps as far as moving forward. And basically in business or moving forward in any kind of opportunity, there's a thought process that people go through. And there's the right way to go through it and the wrong way to go through it. And, I want to share this with you guys. If you guys can see this, I know my camera's in reverse. But what a lot of people do, most people that don't have success, is they start first with this outring. And it's basically is, what do I have to do? What do I have to do? Well, I got to reach out to new people. I've got to share with them the information. And then once they figure out what they have to do, the next ring is, well, how do I do it? So that's where we started with the live lead calls. We shared with people what to do, and it's like, well, how do I do it? How do I talk to people? How do I reach out to new people? And then, of course, the last one is, well, why are you doing this? And if you guys want to know how to have massive success in whatever you do, is instead of working from the outside in, you've got to work from the inside out. And I can't tell you how important this is starting with your why. Why are you doing this? What is your goal? What are you trying to accomplish? Because when you're focused on what do I do, how do I do it? What do I do, how do I do it? Really what that means to me 99% of the time is you don't have your why figured out yet. You haven't figured out, your passion and why you're doing this. And I'll prove it to you guys with an amazing story. How many people have heard Hendra's story from South Africa? And if you haven't, very quickly, she's from South Africa. She was battling depression, very, very bad depression. And Molly, one of our Black Diamonds, reached out to her, gave her some free training, and it inspired her so much that she decided to max out a credit card to go pro. Once she went through the pro mentorship course, in her words, it changed her life. It helped her get over her depression. It helped her give a vision for her of the future, what she could accomplish. And it inspired her and motivated her so much that she wanted to tell everybody that would listen to her about this amazing gift that was given to her, that she wanted to share with others. And in 60 days, she became triple diamond. She made $600 her first 30 days, $800 60 days later. And I know that doesn't sound like a lot of money, but really is it? In South Africa, a full-time income, a good paying job, is $600 US a month. So here's a lady that went from battling depression, almost as bad as she was contemplating suicide. And 60 days later, she was making more money than her husband does at a full-time job. Now get this. She didn't go through the daily training. She never figured out what to do and how to do it. Her why was so big that we always say, if you guys have ever heard, if the why is big enough, the what and the how comes. See, everything else gets trumped. And I'll show you how fast you can realize that you're there. Gloria, are you a mother? Still can't hear you. Sorry. Because I want to do a role play with you really quickly.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
All right.
Okay, are you a mother?
Somebody's trying to call me.
Okay, I had to mute you. There's some feedback. So, okay, if you want to, you could just. Are you a mother? Yes. No. Okay. Okay. Doesn't matter, right? So I just want to give you a quick story to show you, how powerful this is. So let's say I know it's getting late right now, and you just realize that you're out of toilet paper. And that's not something that can wait for tomorrow morning, right? You got to go to the store. So you go down to the store, you get your toilet paper, and as you're walking out of the store, you get close to your car, and a guy jumps out from the other side of the car. And this guy is big. I mean, he's like 6 foot plus, 300 pounds, giant guy, and he's actually got a face mask on and holding a bat. The only thing you can really see is he got tattoos all over his neck and his hands, and the guy is huge. Now, are you interested in fighting this guy? Yeah, probably not, right? What are the chances of you actually being able to take this guy out? I couldn't really tell, but I'm sure you're going, yeah, next to none. Even some guys on here are going, listen, yeah, no. So now you're in this situation where it's like fight or flight, right? You either could you run back to the store fast enough to get protection and safety, or B, listen, here's my wallet, here's my keys, just please don't hurt me. I'll call the cops when you leave. I'm sure they'll catch you later. You're just not interested in any way, shape, or form messing with this guy or getting hurt, right? Yeah, probably like 0% chance even you thought in your head that you'd fight this guy. Same story. Now you're leaving the store. And I can't hear you, so I don't know if you're a mother, but there's two different ways here. One, you're either with your kids, Or two, let's say you're with your mother and you walk out and all of a sudden this guy jumps out and grabs a hold of your mom and your kids. Now
Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you. There you go.
Okay.
So what, are you a mother?
I have 3 children.
3 children. Great. So same story, but you're with your children, and this guy jumps out and grabs a hold of your youngest child. Now what are you going to do? I'm
going to do whatever I can to get my child.
Wait a second. You just told me there's no chance that you could beat him.
I have a reason to.
Yeah, so wait a second. What are you going to do to take him out?
Whatever I can.
Well, how are you going to do it?
I'll figure out a way.
Okay. So you don't know what to do or how you're going to do it. You're just going after the guy. And you get close to him and he shrugs his arm and knocks you down. You actually go flying like 2 feet and hit your head on the concrete. So obviously you're hurt. You can't take him out. You're just going to give up, right?
Right. No, I'm not giving up.
Wait a second. So you knew probably going into it you'd fail. Then you tried and you got hurt. But you're telling me you're still not going to give up?
No way. I'm going to get my child, whatever it takes.
See, so now you're probably even like looking around for like a broken piece of glass, a rock, maybe
anything.
Hey, I'll jump in my car and frickin' run this guy over.
That's right.
Well, wait a second. You just less than 2 minutes ago said there you had no way possible you'd fight this guy, and even if you did, there was a 0% chance you'd win.
Well, he didn't have my child.
Are you guys getting this? See, I hate to say this, and it might sound weird, but when you want to become a triple black diamond as bad as you want to save your kid, nothing will stop you. It doesn't matter what you'll go through or how you're going to get there, you will make it. And I get people all the time that hit me up on a daily basis. Well, I'm not sure what to do, and I'm not sure how to do it. But what do I got to do, and how do I got to do it? It just means to me you don't have a reason why to do it. Because why? Can anybody explain to me how a lady from South Africa that had no computer, that has terrible internet connection, that had no training in internet marketing, never been in network marketing, never been in sales, and contemplating committing suicide, can make $600 in her first 30 days. Can anybody explain that to me? And then you got a bunch of people that continuing to figure out, well, I don't know what to do or how to do it. Figure out why you're doing this. And everything else will fall into place. So that's my homework for you guys. If you haven't done it yet, and I know when I talk to people when they've figured it out or not. I do. I know my father goes through the perfect day. I know he goes through writing down your why. If any, let me open up my notepad here and I'll put it in the text if everybody can see it on the right. There's a book called Science of Getting Rich, and also on the same website is the book, the movie, The Secret. If you haven't watched The Secret, that's your homework to do immediately. If you've already watched it, my question to you is, when's the last time you've watched it? I watch this movie at least 4 times a year. Recently watched it with my parents-in-law. So I want you to really sit down and ask yourself, why am I doing this? Because, hey, guess what? Make an extra $200 a month, an extra $300 a month. That's pretty simple. But if you're the kind of person that's sick and tired of being sick and tired, I want you to just take some time. And if it's funny because my father says this all the time. It's in the pro training, but you guys would be blown away on how many people don't think this is important. How many people don't do it. And I know if you have or not. Is just take the time, and I want you to pull out a piece of paper and write down why you're doing this. Not what you think people expect of you, not what you think that, other people want to hear. Why are you doing this? And once you've done that, I want you to watch the movie The Secret. And if it hasn't clicked then, no offense, it's just not time for you yet. Now, once you've done that, and I'll know when I talk to you if you have, I want you to reach out to me personally, and we can talk one-on-one to set a game plan up on how you can accomplish those goals. Fair enough? And once again, I've said it several times, I can't help you unless you ask for help. So your homework, and you know, like my father always, or Jim Rohn says, is you work where you deserve, not where you're needed. To deserve a game plan, I want you guys just to take the time to write down what you want and watch the movie The Secret. I'm telling you, it's not a waste of time. If you can, get somebody to watch it with you, somebody that you care about. It's one of those movies that will change somebody's life. So with that said, I know we're getting close to an hour here. Bob, I'll turn it back over to you so you can close everything out. And I just want to tell each and every one of you watching this, either live or recorded, that I really appreciate each and every one of you. I can't thank you guys enough for believing in the vision that my father's had for over, 10 years of something that he's, has an overwhelming desire and passion to change the world. We're on this, what is it? Steve Jobs said, is only the crazy people really believe that they can change the world, but those are the people that actually pull it off. And, our mission is just to help as many people as we can. This isn't about just making money. This just isn't about signing up pros. Think about how many Hendras are out there that are dealing with depression. How many Shirleys are out there that are having troubles with their marriage. People that are just stuck in this current situation they're in and they don't know there's a way out. And even just providing them a little bit of glimpse of hope and a little bit of free training and a little bit of personal development could change somebody's life, and you're the person that can help them. And we wouldn't be able to get to all these people if it wasn't for each and every one of you on here believing in what we're doing and sharing the passion. So I want to thank each and every one of you. Please reach out to me and let's go to the top. So Bob, thank you so much for hosting this. Let's do this again shortly as the company grows. I want to make sure that we're on enough of these that I get to know everybody personally, and I know as your group grows and everybody on here's group grows that it's going to get out of hand soon. But right now, guess what? It's perfect timing. You're on the ground floor. What other companies that you could get the owner of the company on a Google Hangout for an interview, or the master distributor willing to do a game plan for your team to help you have success, guys. So I know Bob's available and he's an amazing leader, but please let me help you as well. So thank you guys so much, and God bless.
Let me ask you one last quick question, Robert. I'm getting some text messages. One is, what is a triple black diamond? Can you explain that real quick?
Yeah. Well, you guys know diamond, double diamond, triple diamond. A black diamond is somebody who has 3 diamonds in their organization. Double black diamond is somebody who has 3 double diamonds. Triple diamond is somebody who has 3 triple diamonds in their organization. And with the comp plan as it sits, there's no benefit as for hitting those levels. But, with the check matching, I'm sure everybody can realize if you're a triple black diamond, that means that you've got 3 people you're getting check matches off of that at least have 9 each. So I think in the future, as the company grows, we'll probably put in, percentages off the whole company's growth. But that's way in the future, and I don't want to get into all that right now.
Well, listen, thank you so much, and there's some great questions. Thanks everyone for participating. There's going to be a YouTube video, and we'll get you the link, and you can share that. Even though this is a private call for your team, if you have people that are about to become pros, or they're active members and they're working their way to pro, and of course you can share this with them. Like Robert Jr. said, our goal is not to leave anybody behind, and we want to help every way that we can. So thank you all very much. I'm going to stop the broadcast now and hang on for just a minute. Thank you, Robert Jr.